Did Will Smith exhibit simp behavior? Or was Will Smith going to do something called displaced aggression, which is the ego defense mechanism? Before we start this show, I want you guys to get the likes up, share the content, and also subscribe to The Kosher Clinician. We're going to get right into it. I've always said in the past that a hopeless man is a broken man, and a broken man is a dangerous man. And when men are traversing through their conscious and subconscious, there are many things that can cause them to become very perilous in their decision making. Pain, brokenness, and despair are the antecedents that often are accompanied by many. And when men are dealing with pain, hurt, and also despair, they can become versions of themselves that they no longer like or more or less care about. But it could be argued that Will Smith had been traversing in his mind for a period of time, and those ruminations in Will Smith's mind caused him to do something that he may regret for a span of time. Could it be argued that from the red table carpet experience, could it be argued that from the love affair that Jada Smith professed for her love for Tupac, caused Will Smith to have what's called a simp apocalypse? And a simp apocalypse is a form of explosion that happens when a man has what's called a schema affliction. That schema affliction is due to a fixation inside of his head that can cause him to have or manifest behaviors that he would not normally do. One could argue that Will Smith, or Chris Rock snapped because he felt threatened by the associations of Chris Rock. But could it be that Will Smith has been dealing with some unconscious pathologies for a while, and it was that trigger at that moment that caused him to explode? Or could it have been that Jada Smith gave Will Smith the look, and because Will Smith is in a state where he more or less defers his power to his wife, that he took his aggression out on Chris Rock, which in essence he really wanted to do to her? These are many of the things and many of the topics that go on unannounced in the black community. And these things go unannounced because many times mental wellness and mental illness is not discussed. Pain, despair, and brokenness, as I said earlier, are the antecedents to mental health distress. And because Will Smith had not more or less done the proper work to more or less assess where he's at mentally, it appears that it's caused him to be in a state of perplexity. We need to examine the importance of mental wellness and mental health. But also, it could be argued that because we live in a world where men are not allowed to express themselves, they become unconscious simps. The word unconscious simp stands for supplementing irrational male behavior. I'm going to say it again. Supplementing irrational male behavior can make you an unconscious simp. And it appears that that's what's happened to Will Smith. What would you guys have done if your wife more or less talked about a love affair for a man, or talked about her desire for a man? You know, and I know that Will Smith, not Will Smith, but Jada Smith was actually in a movie called Poetic Justice. And Jada often professed her love for Tupac Shakur, the dead or deceased Tupac Shakur. And, over this period of time, could Will Smith have allowed those thoughts to cause him to have an apocalypse? And so some said that the situation was staged. Some say that Will Smith could have handled it a different way. And some say that Will Smith is more or less personifying what many thought that he wasn't, which is a real strong masculine man. We're going to have a show on tonight as we talk about the occurrences of the Will Smith, Jada Smith apocalypse. And we're going to ask ourselves the question, what could Will Smith have done different? Or is Will Smith behavior a byproduct of what many men actually manifest now? Did Will Smith go through what's called a beta male apocalypse or a simp apocalypse? Was he actually defending the honor of his wife? Or was Chris Rock just a soft target by Will Smith to take out his aggressions on a man that he may not have taken that aggression out on to bigger or stronger men in the past? Join me live tonight at 8 o'clock as we talk about this meta madness associated with Chris Rock, and also Will Smith. And I need you guys to remember this is their 7 steps to male optimization. If it ain't 7, it ain't kosher. If it ain't kosher, it ain't right. Did Will Smith go to a Meta Madness episode? You decide.